Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video reaction for Okay, Here is the Story. I am Dee Burns. So today's video reaction has a little bit of a backstory. So let me just be patient. Let me just tell you the backstory. So I follow DAX on the social media platforms that I'm on, and he posted on one of them last night. I don't remember which one, sorry, um, that he did a remix of Oliver Anthony's Richmond, north of Richmond. Sorry, I didn't know the title. And if he got 45,000 likes, he would drop it today. Now, this was all done, I think, well, I saw it last night, which would have been Thursday. So maybe he did it on Wednesday, but I don't think so. I think he did it yesterday. And of course, I liked it. And then this morning I got up and I really had no intentions of recording anything this week because the weather has been so gorgeous here. It's been in like the mid to low or mid 60s to low 70s all week, and I'm trying to enjoy my porch until the snow comes here in Wisconsin, which is pretty soon. So I really was just kind of taking a break. But anyway, I got on this morning to yeah, it was Facebook. Okay, it was Facebook that he had posted this on, that I saw it on. And I thought, oh, I wonder if he got his 45,000 likes. No, he did not. 77,000 is what he got. Oh my gosh. And I was like, oh my gosh, he dropped it. He's going to drop it. So I went to his page, and sure enough, it was there. And now I will say, a couple weeks ago, my Marine son, Wyatt, he called me and he's like, Mom, you have to react to, I have to look at the title again, Oliver Anthony's Richmond, north of Richmond. You'll love it. And I said, you know what, Wyatt, I see everybody's doing that. And, I'll give it a little time and then I'll go react to it. I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon, and he's like, okay, well, whatever. And then we've had other conversations on how much he loves DAX. I mean, both my boys do. They love DAX. Oh my gosh. And so when I saw DAX remixed this song, this one's for you, Wyatt. That's all I'm going to say to that. So I'm excited to see it. I have it. I watched Oliver Anthony's version one time, and because I just wanted to see what it sounded like. And so that's all I've seen. I haven't seen Dax's. I don't even watch anybody else that reacts to the Oliver Anthony one because so many people are remixing it. Oh my gosh, it's just incredible how many people are remixing that song. I mean, that song has just exploded over the internet. So anyway, let's get into Dax's version. I cannot wait to see it. Okay, here we go.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me. People like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. The Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies, so fuck political views. I got common sense. I know God made man, and the sun sets on a life where we focus on things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt. 45 years can't pay rent. 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Okay, wow. Huh. Dax said a lot there. Oh my gosh. He said a lot. First of all, I don't know if you noticed when it first started, it said, united we stand, divided we fall. And I've been saying that for a while now. That's what the government wants us to be. They want us to be divided so that we will fall. And we will depend on them. And we will go to them. And they have the power and they can control us, for lack of a better term. I thought it was really cool how in the beginning he used a welder. Hunter's a welder. And there was another song that I reacted to a while back that had a welder in it, and it brought tears to my eyes because actually I think it was DAX's song, What It's Like to Be a Man or something, whatever that song is. I think he used that same welder, and it brought tears to my eyes. So thanks, Dax. Did you see in the background where he had the Canadian and the United States flag? I thought that was cool because he's Canadian. I think he lives here though. I don't know about that for sure, but I thought that was neat how he had Canada and the United States there. That was really cool. And then what was when he said something about so politics. I don't know. And then up in the corner it said, "Sorry for cussing." It's okay, Dax. It's okay. In that situation, it's okay. And then, he just says, "I pray that it ends." And yeah, I don't think it will for a while. But okay, let's get back into it. Oh, there's the Canadian and US flag. I thought that was neat. Okay, let's get back into it.
For rich men with no time for my family and friends, then I'll wake up and pray that it ends.
Living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us, it starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I tell you, this man, he is so talented. And the things that he says, it's like, yeah, I mean, he's just like Tom McDonald. He compact so much into a verse, which I love. The me side of it loves that. The YouTube creators side, not so much, because I feel like I stop all the time to react to what he's saying. Okay, so I like when he says kids don't know what to believe. I mean, we are putting so many different other things into the schools right now other than what they need to make a life for themselves in this world. I feel like we take out math and reading and writing and history and, science. I mean, I feel like all that stuff is not in the schools anymore. I can remember when the boys were in school. I want to say Hunter was a junior and Wyatt was a freshman. And they came to me and they asked me, "Mom, can you tell us how to write a check?" They didn't know how to write a check. And then shortly after that, the other one came to me and said, "Mom, I need to send this." Oh, it was Hunter, because he had to send some stuff off to colleges. And he goes, "How do I address an envelope? And where do I put the stamp?" He didn't even know, because the schools they don't take time to show these kids how to function in life. Now, granted, that's probably part of the parents' responsibility. I get that. But I guess that was stuff that I learned in school. So I just assumed that schools were teaching my boys how to write a check, how to address an envelope. I mean, it's crazy that 6 to 18-year-olds are failing, because we're failing them. Our school system is failing them. And as parents and citizens of your community, you need to stand up and say, no, done. You need to teach reading, writing, arithmetic, science, history. That is what you need to teach. That is it. Nothing else. And then he said something about Gen Z being taught on their phones. They're being force fed what's in their feeds, and that is paid and bought for by companies. And he's right. He is right. I mean, yeah. I think about that, people. Just take a moment and think about that. Yeah. And then he talked about, basically we're telling these kids you can choose your gender when they can't even tie their own shoes. I have not really spoke about this issue. But that is not what needs to be taught in the schools. Okay. That is something that you as your family can address privately and, do it however you want. But that stuff does not need to be taught in the schools. The teachers, that is a hidden agenda, as he said in the first verse. You try to find out what the hidden agenda is. And I feel like some of these teachers, that is their hidden agenda. And that is wrong. And I will just say it's kind of funny because I've been talking to best friend about this. And I can remember when the boys were in elementary school. And I don't know, they went to public school. And I don't know if other schools in other regions had, I forget what it was called. I want to say it was like Bad Touch Bear or something like that. But basically they came in and they taught the kids about bad touches. And I said, no, you will not teach my children that. I will teach them that at home. And I did. My ex-husband and I, we sat down with the boys and we taught them, these are bad touches. It doesn't matter who does it. You need to come to us and talk to us about it. And I didn't let the school teach them. And all my girlfriends back in Iowa made fun of me. They made fun of me. And they're like, you are so weird. And I said, no, I feel that is something as a parent that I should take responsibility for. And that's what these parents need to do today. Take responsibility for your own child. Don't push it off on the schools. Okay. Soapbox. Oh, Dax, you're becoming a soapbox artist. Okay. Let's go back and get back into it.
Body the lies, the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it pays me. That's the thought process daily. Look at the content. We're creating lies, diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue online with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, and people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is, oh it is, living in the new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Okay, I don't know if you saw the end of the video there. It said like, share, and like, comment, and share. So people, let's share this. Let's share this. We can do this and make this song. Oh my gosh. It was great, Dax. You did it. You hit it out of the park again. Why I thought you wouldn't, I don't know. I'm going to get a call from Wyatt on that one. Mom, why would you say that? Anyway, that last part, it makes me sad that he said that we believe our vote brings about change. How many presidents does it take? I know I've said on here before, I'm from Iowa, born and raised in Iowa. And one of the best memories that I have growing up is my dad taking me to my first caucus. And, Iowa is always the first one to have their caucuses. And It was the best experience. I loved it. I loved it. And then I moved away from Iowa. I went to Colorado. I lived there for a few years and met my ex-husband, married him, and then we moved back to Iowa. And I got involved in the caucuses again. I caucused for Fred Thompson, if you don't know who he is. He played the district attorney for New York City on Law and Order for a few seasons. I love Fred Thompson. And I got to meet him. And, you know, when Iowa caucuses, that's the only time that these politicians really come to the state and, you know, tell us what they do, or, you know, what they stand for and what side they're on about issues. And, you know, they were at the Iowa State Fair this year. I saw many feeds of the politicians at the Iowa State Fair. And, you know, I just have such a different outlook on it now. I mean, it's bullshit to me. It is. And it's just, I've always been one to believe in our democracy and to believe that my vote counts. My vote counts. And I have voted in every election until last year. I didn't vote. Or last election, not last year, but last election, I didn't vote. And I'm glad I didn't, because it wouldn't have mattered. It would have just taught me it didn't matter anyway. The election was rigged. And, you know, if you don't believe that, that's okay. Just all I ask is that you do your research. And I think you will find very many discrepancies like I did. And it broke my heart. I mean, I raised my boys. I made them sit on the couch and watch the Republican debates and the Democrat debates, because I wanted them to be informed to make a decision. I didn't care if and I taught them, you know what, the best thing to do is register as an independent and then listen to both sides and vote for the one that is closest to your morals and values, and that you agree with what they stand for. It breaks my heart because they're not going to vote. Why would they? I tell you, this next election, you know, even if we all write in Trump's name, if he's not on the ballot, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? He became president on the right hand of his name. That would be funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to vote or not, because I feel like I am so broken and bruised right now from voting and really having my eyes opened to our democracy that I'm, as best friend would say, I'm still a little butthurt. That's what he says to me all the time. Oh, you're butthurt. But anyway, yeah, because, you know, at the end of the day, all we want to do is make a comfy wage and just have a good life. You know, a lot of us aren't looking to be famous or, you know, have power or control. We would just want to live a good life and have a good life for our kids and our spouse. That's it. And I like how at the end, a Canadian, DAX, a Canadian said, let's unite these states. Yeah, Americans, wake up. Wake up. It does not take Canadians coming down to this country to wake us up. Y'all, we got to stand together. And we have to stand together. Again, I'm going to ask you, please, and I'll put a link in the description to it, a site where you can go and download a PDF of the Constitution. Please, please take the time to read our Constitution, because we have, not only do we have rights, but we have responsibilities according to the Constitution. We have the responsibility to keep our government in check. It is our job as American citizens. Now, I'm not condoning going out and, don't get crazy. Do it through your community. Do it through your vote. Do it, as I say, I'm not voting, right? But yeah, there are ways to change our government without violence. So come on, guys, let's just stand together. Let's stand together. We can do this. We can get rid of this government. And okay, I'm getting off that soapbox, but I'm getting on this one. Can we please put term limits on people who are senators and congressmen and representatives and, whatever? This comes the day after poor Mitch McConnell froze up again. He's having a stroke, you can tell. This morning they came out and they said, well, he's having a seizure. No, he was having a stroke. I'm not a doctor, but I was in the medical field for 25 years, and I've taken a huge amount of training to look for signs of a stroke, and that was a stroke. Why are these guys so old and they are running, there's nothing wrong with older people being in politics, but there comes a time when things like dementia and stroke and Alzheimer's kick in, and I don't want those people running my country. My grandmother had Alzheimer's, and I saw her deteriorate, and it was terrible. I can't imagine somebody running this country or being a part of running this country and they have dementia or multiple strokes or whatever. So could some political person out there, please, let's put a bill in limiting terms. We have a limited term of president set by George Washington. Yeah, he was the first one. He said, no, nobody needs to serve more than 8 years. He was so smart. I love George Washington. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. This was just a real quick episode. I didn't really have any notes or anything. I was just going off the cuff with DAX. And DAX, you're amazing. You are amazing, and you continue to win my heart. And I know that you're coming to Milwaukee. You are literally, DAX, coming and performing up the street from me. Just up the street. Yeah. I would love to interview you for my podcast, for this show. If you would, I sent you an email. If you want to respond, I would love to have you on my show. Like I said, you're right up the street, so it wouldn't be that far of a drive. Okay, guys, so please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I only need 14 more subscribers. Please. Please, I just want 14 more subscribers so Best Friend can come on this show. He asks me every day, how many subscribers? He's keeping a tally. So he wants to come on here. So let's do it, guys. Let's just get that last 14 and get him on this show. So, okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great holiday. Take it easy. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. And I love you guys. Bye.